This is truly paradise. It looks so nice.
What I was gonna tell you is that them liquid, cause the price that we had to pay for the stuff that we had to clear, but it was just it was really miscommunication. Cause usually when we ship stuff down, I'm just shipping like 1D container. I never really shipped appliances and stuff like that. So I didn't know that I had to send the guy the receipt for the stuff that we bought. What you mean? Yeah. So the amount that they valued the items, that was like the full value of the items. But what we paid for the items was only like half of the price of the item. Huh? We showed them the receipt, but the guy didn't ask me for the guy already made the payment for all of the stuff. So they're saying like since he already cleared the stuff, uh th- I don't know what happened. I'm trying to get it out. But I got most of it out. What you opening that thing? You opening this?
If I get 1,000 comments, I'll reveal this hidden gem. All you gotta do is guess the destination.
But I was saying, so since he already paid for the stuff, um, he was telling us that usually they don't try to give you the money back, but he went in there to show her the receipt because the amount that we paid for they basically said we paid 1,500 for the fridge, for each of the fridges, and there's two of the same thing. But he was like, the lady looked at the fridge and she was like, "Oh, those are 3-door fridges." Like, they're expensive fridges. It's just that situation like taught me that like you can't just expect people to communicate and do everything that they're supposed to do. You have to be ahead of people. Like even though like I feel like when he went in there and he saw that the lady was trying to charge him that much, he could have asked me like, do I have the invoice for the item so that he can show the lady? Because typically, like if you're getting something from the wharf, they're gonna ask you if you have the documents for the price of the stuff. But she went online and she looked up the price of the item, and then she went with that, and then he didn't wait till after the fact to let us know that, oh, it's gonna be expensive. But the we were gonna have him go back in there and try to get the difference back, but they're saying like the people at the wharf don't really try to, they don't want to give you back money. So if they went in there and they tried to get the money back, if he went in there and tried to get the money back, then they would have probably searched up all of our stuff. And huh? I said they would have probably searched up all of our stuff. Yeah, like so we had a D container, then we had two fridges, and then we had a stove and a stove top, and then we had a TV. So for the TV, they also said that like the amount that we paid, they valued that at like 1,500 as well, and we only paid 500 for that. So that's three times the price. We were paying taxes on three times the price. So that made it, the amount that we had to pay was significantly more than what we would have actually had to pay if we showed them the documentation. And we had documentation to prove that we didn't pay that much. But what my mom was worried about is them searching the stuff, because in the D container, um, we had a washer and a dryer, so they didn't see that. So they only taxed us on the stuff that they saw. But if we would have tried to get money back, then they would have went in the D container. They would have seen that we had a washer, a dryer, we had fans and stuff like that. Then they would have tried to tax us on everything. So they would have ended up trying to get more money from us instead of us trying to get our money back. So even though it didn't work out the way that we wanted it to, it worked out better than it could have worked out if they would have found out that we had more appliances than they thought that we had. It could have all been prevented. So my mom was trying to ask me if I sent the guy the receipt, but I didn't notice after the fact because how Jamaican parents ask for stuff. You sending something? You sending something? And I was thinking that she was talking about a previous conversation that we had, which is the TRN, because three people came down, me, my mom, and my grandpa, but I came down before them. So we had an allowance for each person, and we split the shipment up so that we could use all of the allowances on the shipment. And she was like, "If you did you send us something?" And I was thinking that she was talking about my TRN and the allowance paper because that's typically that's the only conversation that we had. But she was talking about, but after the fact, she was telling me that she was saying no. I was asking if you sent the receipt, and I was like, that's like you got to be specific. Like if you said I send to something, then I'm gonna think about that. I'm gonna think that it's what we were previously talking about. You're done. Thank you. All right. Come on.
Amo bagin pa na captain na para kung give me way to piasa ang ginagawa pakin no. Yo, I'm not ready, we're going, I'm ready. Ready. Take up the time. Take 5 years and buku apa mai. Oh apa watch it, what? What's it tell? Naman ako pa. Nadak me sila sa skip me ano. Skip me ano.
But the moral of the story is that you gotta cross your I's and dot your T's. And documentation beats conversation. So if you want to avoid this type of situation in the future, make sure that you send all the documentation prior to clearing your product if you're shipping stuff overseas. Because previous generation did it, and we're the ones that's gonna have to take the baton and carry it on so that we can make Jamaica a better nation. Because there's a whole lot of opportunity here. Like I told y'all before in a previous video, remittance is 25% of Jamaica's GDP at this point. At the end of the day, if you want to be a boss, you got to learn how to take a loss. And it's about that time. So if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe. And click the bell so that you're notified every time I make a new post. Until next time.
Don't forget to leave that comment because I want you to know exactly where you need to go.